Good morning and welcome to my channel, Perfect Pastimes. My name's Amanda, my friends call me Amo. I live in Dorset in the southwest of England with my husband and my 3 dogs, who you may see coming and going behind me. How have you all been? It's been a couple of weeks since I've been here and it's been quite eventful, to be fair. I went on the Black Sheep retreat, as you know. That was an amazing weekend, a long weekend. We go on the Thursday, come home on the Sunday afternoon, and it was great fun. And then I had the hospital on the Monday afterwards, and in all the rafts of tests, they found out I had COVID. So I was immediately put into an isolation little bit, but there was no beds, thankfully, and I was allowed to come home. But I had all these other tests done. I've never seen so much blood come out of my body since I used to be able to give blood. I can't give blood anymore because I have had several transfusions. It's been a bit of a ride since I've been back, and I'm on the positive side now. I'm clear of COVID and I'm getting better, but I had so many people phoning up, and I had virtually no potassium in my body. I had this, that and the other, and I had all these phone calls at strange times. How am I doing? Can I get hold of this? Can somebody pick up the other? And they were on sepsis alert, of course. So having my immunity compromised has it's changed how I have things like COVID, cold, flu, everything like that. This is the 4th time I've had COVID. It was quite a hard hitter, but quite a short one this time. So I'm very grateful for that. So I hope you are all well in this changing weather season. And the usual forecast, it is blue sky, wall to wall out there. Absolutely beautiful. It's in the high teens temperature. A little chilly. It's getting warmer. It was quite cool this morning, hence having a proper sweater on, which I'm very pleased with. And it's dry. It's lovely. Anyway, when I saw you last time, I had the Florina scarf to finish, and I have finished it. I finished it that evening. I did say I probably would. So I have been wearing it, and this weather is it's 17 in here at the moment. It's 23rd of September, Tuesday morning. Thought I'd tell you. This is ideal for this kind of weather. It's not cold or chilly. It's more of a dress piece now, I think. So this is the Florina scarf by La Maison Rililie, and I bought the kit from the Great British Yarns. And it's in La Mana Como in colour 77M, which is Azalea Melange. And this is started in the middle on a provisional cast on, and then you work both sides separately. Well, you work one side, then you pick up on the provisional cast on and work down the other side. I did have trouble showing you this colour last time because it keeps blowing out under my LEDs. If I go back out of the, that's a bit better. It's a bluer pink than it looks like under my bright lights. It's definitely a purpley pink, should we say. But there's some lovely chevrons. And then they go into a bit of cabling with a very clever way of doing bubbles. Nice finish at the end. And it's just the right size for cooler days like today. But I'll leave it off now because I'm starting to warm up. So I was very pleased to get that off my needles. I'm getting quite a nice collection of little scarves and shawlettes and minis. Sorry if you can hear the dogs then. My Pixie's in the garden, and it's a shock to them every time they see her walk past the window, to be honest. What I am wearing is my forgotten what it's called. I'll just look it up. It's my Calliope. I did it with the Blue Fern Yarns Advent. Christmas just gone. It's got nice deep ribbing. That was using the 100-gram mini, and all the rest is the Advent minis held double, so it is a double knit and it's perfect for this kind of weather. My whips, I thought I'd bring you up to date on those. I have had a bit of time to work on some of them. This is my Viola by Isabel Kramer. As you know, I had split for the sleeves, I had knitted a few inches, and then I thought it was far too big, so I took it all the way back. A couple of repeats on the sleeve I took back as well, and I've knitted down. I've now finished the body, and I've just picked up one of the sleeves again, and I've just dropped the ball of yarn on the floor, so I'll have to go hunting for that in a minute. But this is something that again would be worn great this time of year, and with a top underneath. It'd be lovely in summer, I should think, as well. Very pretty sleeves on the side, and this lovely oatmeal-y hopsack texture is in Drops Soft Tweed, which is a DK, and my colour is 03 Sand. It's 25% viscose, 25% alpaca and 50% merino. Very soft. It's a little bubbly. It's not a smooth merino, but that's what I was attracted to, because it's a large area of plain stockinette stitch, and I like the spots in it from the tweed effect, and I like the texture. So that is coming along quite nicely. I think I've got one other thing in a minute which I'm going to talk to you next that I want to get finished before I carry on with that one, mainly because I am in the flow with it. So that's my Viola by Isabel Kramer. Clarice has done a quick change in the background for me, and this is the thing that has been mostly taking my attention at the moment. I haven't touched it all summer because this is the Anchor Sweater by Petite Knit. I refuse to call it my boyfriend sweater. I absolutely refuse to call it a boyfriend sweater. To me, it's just an oversized sweater. And this is knitted in Sans Garn Peer Gynt in colour 1065 Charcoal Melange. And you can see the difference in blowout under the LEDs and the natural. It's quite a dark grey. And I haven't touched this all summer because it is Norwegian wool, 100% Norwegian wool, and it is very, very, very warm. It smells lovely and sheepy, and that's going to get on my nose now, sorry. But I hadn't touched the sleeves all summer because it's such a warm yarn. I'll just let that aircraft go over, so. Honest to goodness, today is just going to be interruptions. Anyway, he's gone over. We get a lot of, we're near a little airfield called Compton Abbas here, and there's a lot of training and pleasure flights that go out of it. Little grass strip airport. Anyway, as I was saying, I'd made the body, and it is a beautiful Norwegian yarn, which is incredibly warm, and to have that on my lap in this very, very hot summer was not gonna happen. Anyway, I managed to pick up one sleeve, and I started knitting this, and I'd come down about 8 to 10 inches, and I'm thinking, this is a massive sleeve. Again, I was the little noise in the back of my head was saying, oi, and I should have listened. So anyway, I tried it on, and it had a massive bell sleeve. It was huge. So again, I took it all the way back. I picked up a lot less under the underarm than it suggested this time, and instead of decreasing decreasing 2 stitches every 10 to 12 rows, I'm done them every 6 rows. It's made for to me, I think, a nicer graduation in the sleeve. And then I did one of those online calculations for a rapid decrease at the cuff, and I went from, I think it was 59 down to 50 stitches to do the 1x1 rib. I've done a sewn bind off, so that's nice and springy. The length of the sleeve, I've gone, because it is quite an oversized sweater, I've gone for slightly longer. The arms are quite not as tight fitting as this one, and it's going to be nice to put on over a sweater if necessary on a dog walk. I also, because of the shape of the yoke here, I know it will drop slightly. I was very aware, this is my first full yoke sweater in this style, and when I look at the pictures, I often think, I know this is a yoke one, but the armpit is where the armpit is supposed to be. There's some beautiful yoke sweaters out there that have a great big pattern that goes right the way down almost to the elbow, which means your armpit is also almost down to your elbow. So I was a bit aware of how this was going to fit under my arm and the side seam. It's a little lower than what I'd like, but if I was to put this under another sweater, over another sweater, you'd need the extra room under the arm anyway. So this is going to be a bulky wear. It's quite a nice size on the body. The sleeves are quite generous, so I've gone for a slightly longer sleeve anyway. And I've already picked up the second sleeve. I've started the decreases, and I don't think that's going to be on my needles for much longer. I definitely think I will be wearing it next time you see me, because I want it off the needles and to carry on with Viola. Now, you may think, well, Amo, that's a very, very boring grey sweater, but I have a plan. I have a cunning plan. What I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to try it. It might not work, but I'm going to try it. I have lots of yarn, like lots of you do, and I am going to do a little bit of stitch around each of these grooves in the yoke, just to give it a little bit of interest up there. And I may repeat 1 or 2 of the colours up the sleeve slightly. I may do, I'm not too sure. I'll see how I feel. That is a plan in my head. Whether it actually works or not, and I like it if I do it, is another thing. But I'm not going to know unless I try. I just think it would give a little bit more interest and lighten up the heavy yoke that's there. So my anchor sweater has come along beautifully, and I'm very, very near to finish it. I've got about 2/3 of the sleeve to do, I suppose. And it feels like it's going to be in time. At the moment, I'm enjoying wearing mid-season sweaters though. And that is kept in my Eldenwood Craft bag, which is a perfect size for a bulky sweater. Okay, I'm just going to move Clara's back a bit because it feels like she's sitting on my shoulder. While I was up at the retreat, I didn't work on too much of my own work. I will show you why in a minute. But I can't remember where I told you I was with Livy's cardigan, but I have finished the 2 fronts and I have started the ribbing for the back. I really, really should get on with that one because it's a fine cotton. It's 100% pure cotton DK, which is a a summery cotton, really. I really should crack on with that, and then she can have that and wear it if she wants to. She's quite keen to have that. Now, while I was at the retreat, we are given goodie bags and a project to do together free as part of our retreat package. And this, I cannot find the pattern. I have it somewhere, and if I can remember, I'll put it on the screen for you. But it's a Rowan pattern, and it was a cowl. It's a lovely slip stitch pattern, which was very intuitive if you didn't have to chat with a room full of other ladies. It's only a 4-row repeat, but one of the repeats has pearls and things in it too. It's quite rhythmical, and as you can see, I started with the cream. This is Rowan felted tweed, I believe, and I finished with the other one just because it made it, I think it makes it tie in. The others are, there we go. Now, I know some people don't like things up around their neck, but I don't like the bit under my ears getting cold, so that's very nice, and that fits beautifully. I have got to wash and block it, and I hope the mohair will soften a little bit. I can feel it, but it doesn't bother me at the moment. I'm sure if I wore it out and I got warm, then I might feel the prickle. It's a Rowan pattern, it's Rowan yarn, and it's what I was given to make. We were all given to make. There was a non-mohair version as well, which my friend Tracy did. So I was pleased to actually finish that at the retreat. So that's why I didn't do much else. And of course, being ill and rather poorly and bedbound, you think, oh, if I was poorly, I'd do lots of knitting. That does not happen, does it? It does not happen. Also in my goodie bag, I mean, there's quite a lot of things like the needles that go with that, loads of patterns, little bits to notions tin. There was a bit of swapping going on, but I had these. And this is Sirdar Loveful 100% recycled acrylic. There is I can't say, oh, there we go. 315 meters, 344 yards in 100 grams. So it's double knitting. Quite a thin double knitting, I think. Anyway, I have 4 of those, and the colour which I had then was shade 110 Ocean. It's quite a bottle green, green blue. It's very nice. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I think there could be enough for a little sweater there. I also, I mean, there's quite a bit of paperwork in here, magazines. Ooh, just found some fudge. That's nice. Pattern books, and I can't find the pattern that's got the. Ah, there's a nice sweater. That's the sweater that goes with the yarn. Look, that's rather lovely, actually. Can you see how that goes diagonally across? I like that. So that goes with that pattern. I can't find the pattern for the cowl, but I'll put the details below and on the screen. And the other thing I was given is the West Yorkshire Spinners Signature Sparkle Nutmeg. that I have 2 balls of. There is a shawl pattern that can go with it as well, and in here is just the socks, the nutmeg socks. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do 75 wool, 23 nylon, 2 polyester. The Stellina's a lot thinner on that than the other sparkle socks I did recently. Beautiful, beautiful colours in there. I may shawl that instead because there's 2. I could do a nice... I've just seen a podcaster do a shawl holding 2 4 plies together. I'll have to re-look at what I've been watching and see if that will do. Anyway, so I have quite a few little bits and bobs in my goodie bag, including the needles, notions, patterns, books, and enough yarn there to go upstairs and get absorbed into my stash. We did our usual trip to the barn. If you're not in the UK and you don't know who Black Sheep are, it is the largest privately owned local yarn shop. It's not a big company, it is a local yarn shop, but it is massive. Contradiction in terms there, but I hope you understand what I mean. And they go to the craft barn with the retreat people. We have doors closed for us. We have champagne and nibbles and free for all around the barn at our own leisure before going out to dinner. And the only thing I bought and needed was a 7mm crochet hook. So I'm sure you can imagine what that looked like. I really don't need any more wool at this moment in time. I've got projects I want to get out of the way and some more things upstairs that I'd like to get moved along a bit first. Okay, so that is my knitting. My crochet, you may remember, this is my Babylon bag I made, which came as a kit from Babylon Leathers, and I have a 10% discount code if you're interested. I will give you the link downstairs. Downstairs, I keep calling it downstairs, don't I? I'll put the link down below with my discount code, and if you go and have a look, then if anything takes your fancy, you can have a bit of a discount. And it works with any other discounts already on the website. Anyway, this is holding my Florentines blanket by Sandra Paul of the Cherry Heart podcast. Now, this is the blanket. I think I have found a cream that I will be happy with for the background and the pom-pom edging. It's coming. It's a DK rather than a 4-ply held double. But I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more balls to make, as I've been making all the centres. I've been trying to do 1 an evening, maybe 2 an evening, and I just haven't been well enough to make at the moment. But there's all my centres in all my oddball minis. Oh, they've just fallen off of the holder. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's my favourite, I think. That's so pretty. Yeah, so I'm getting there with those. No rush, but it is very Moorish, I guess you'd say. Pick it up and you want to do a little bit more. So I'm waiting on a cream with a speckle in to arrive. I think it's a merino, just a king Cole. When it comes, and I will show you next time what I chose, and let you in on the secret. I have to find the contrast colour for between the squares, that's the joining colour. She's got quite a nice blue on there. I'm sure I've got something upstairs. It doesn't take that much yarn, and I've still got loads upstairs. I'm glad I found a colour for the background that I like that's also a merino. I think they're all superwash anyway. Right, so that is all my yarniness. I'll now go on to a bit of stitch, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will see I made a Benny. This is a little pattern by Chelsea Bowen on Etsy. I saw Jeanette at Crafty Collects Creations make one. Oh, and I thought that is so cute. So that is my Benny, and I thought he should have a little friend. So this is Betty, and she's got a bow in her hair and a little skirt. The body's the same fabric underneath. She's still got a little waistcoat on. Slightly different orange fabrics for the head. Such a fun little make to make. So quick. Minimal sewing really. And that will add on to my little display. So that's Benny and Betty by Chelsea Bowen on Etsy. I think they're so cute. I could make dozens of them, but I don't need dozens of them. If I see the grandchildren, I may make some with those. I don't think I'm due to see them for a little while though. Anyway. The cross stitch of Tiny Town, I have gone past halfway. I'm keen to get that off the frame, but it's not Christmas for a little while yet anyway, is it? So I have got something else that I'm very cautious of committing myself to actually saying I'm going to get this done for this year or this whenever now. Life tends to kick you in the teeth when you say positive things like that. So I have the Cross Stitcher magazine on Pocket Mags, and I was looking through because it's got some lovely autumny, Halloweeny stitches, and there was a little kit in there by Susan Perry of Willow Fabrics, and there you go. Isn't that cute? Why it caught my eye, apart from it's very cute. One of my pet names is Millie, and one of John's favourite pieces of art is American Gothic, and for some reason they reminded me of American Gothic. So I sent off for that one, and it came, that's the size of the little tin that comes with it. Susan Perry Design Studios. Inside are the little additions and the needles and everything. You get a nice big piece of Ada to make it, the pattern obviously in there, and I have pulled the pulled the threads from my stash. It's not called for, some are called for, some are substitutes. Those are Saju. I have a full box of all the Saju colours, so I'm going to use them. And that is some of my DMCs and those lovely colours there. I think I'm going to, oh, something's tickling my nose, sorry. I think I'm going to get on with those. They should be in hand, I think. So that was in Cross Stitcher magazine, if you're interested. I'm going to get started on those at some point soon. I'd like to get it finished for this Halloween, but I'm not bothered if I don't. And what else did she? Now, speaking of kits, I'm going to insert a piece here, which is an unboxing of a felt kit, which I kept seeing on my social media. So I will see you at the end with what I managed to make. On my Facebook and Instagram recently, I've had a lot of adverts for one particular thing, and I was curious. I know lots of things on Facebook and Instagram are clickbait. I know it can be a very dangerous hole to fall down, and I know some people have come a cropper of it. But this one kept coming up, and it was a UK company, excuse me, and it was subject that I am quite fond of, so I thought I'd throw caution to the wind and give it a go. The company concerned is a little felting company called the Crafty Kit Co. If I show you their front page on my iPad, I'm sorry about the glares on the lights there. And the kit that kept coming up again and again and again on my feeds is this one here. The Van Gogh's Sunflowers. And let me get that into focus, there we go. I do have a fondness for sunflowers. We have a huge sunflower farm at the top of the hill by us. And I'm trying to get this in the centre for you. It's back to front for me, so I'm struggling a bit, sorry. I've always got sunflowers in the house when they're available. So I thought, well, I like working with felt. It's not very often I buy a kit. I prefer to work from scratch. But these were intriguing. So I took a punt, and that is how they are advertised. And I thought I'd have a go and see what turns up. And I saved the unboxing to show you. The box arrived a couple of days ago. I've taken the address label off and opened the box itself, but I haven't gone in yet. So all this is new to me as well. There's no affiliation. There's the company don't know I'm a podcaster. I haven't contacted the company about wanting to do this at all. So this is just off my back as a run-of-the-mill shopper being inundated with adverts on Facebook and Instagram with something that I'm quite attracted to. So here we go. Right, it's a A4 small parcel box. And inside, get rid of the paperwork in case there's an address on it. Neatly packed. I think they are up in North Berwick. I know it went to my email address saying this is going to be delivered tomorrow, and it just got to Edinburgh, and I'm in Dorset, the other end of the countries. So yeah, it's North Berwick. Sorry for the rattle there. And there's the kit. You do get a mystery gift, and mine is this little Be Happy mini cross stitch kit in a box. Mini keyring. I might give that a go later. Very sweet. And this is the kit that came in the box. Of course, online they show that you get the box. Well, that looks a bit different to the box they're showing, but there we go. And they show you get all these oh, where's my camera? There it is. They get all these felts and wires here. There's the inspiration, and that's what I'm supposed to end up with, a vase of sunflowers in those beautiful oranges and yellows, autumn colours. It says it's beginner easy peasy, age 10 plus, felt craft kit, Van Gogh sunflowers. This felt kit contains wool mix felt fabric, which is lovely, floristry wire stems, full colour instructions. So inside ooh, looky, looky, looky. Lots of felt. So that certainly held up to the expectations. I have got a wardrobe with felt in. Let's just put it that way. Nice two weights of floristry wires, a nice quantity there. The instructions. Yeah, I'm not going to show the instructions because obviously that would give the game away if you've also got a lot of felt. But there's a lovely big stack of felt here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colours. Green for the leaves and stems and backs, I should think. For the centres, yellows and browns, and then the sunflower colours. So I am going to go away with my kit and see how I get on making these lovely sunflowers, and I will get back to you. And there it is, my sunflower. Still got a bit of glue on it. There we go. The back's all done nicely. Leaves are on. Stem's done. And it's about the size of my hand. So if I get a tape measure, I can measure across for you. Yeah, about 7 inches across. So about life size, really, of a standard spray sunflower anyway. So I might now go ahead and make some more, and I will show you a vase of sunflowers very soon, I hope. Okay, and this is the one I managed to make. It is quite large. Let me see. That flower head is 7 inches across. It's about the size of some real sunflowers I happened to have in the kitchen earlier. And in the kit was enough to make these others as well. They're all finished on the backs with their sepals and their petals and leaves. They are wired. I have extended the length of a couple of these. So I'm going to bunch them how I like them. And with another piece of wire, I'm going to wrap it around the bottom so that they stay facing how I want them to. But I think they've come out really, really lovely, and I was so pleased. I thought there are a lot of scammy adverts on Facebook, on Instagram and other social media, and you hear of some people being scammed and stung. But this kept coming up and they were so pretty, and I really, really, really wanted to try the kit. So I looked into the company. They're up in Northumberland, I think, Berwick. And it came down and you saw the unboxing. And what I have left is several sheets of the brown, so I could make some brown sunflowers, a couple of the green and some black. So there's still quite a bit of felt left there. It's a lovely viscose wool felt. It contains some floristry wire stems, but I have extended a couple with some of my own, and that's a pretty good representation. They're all quite large, as you can see. So I took a bit of a risk getting it, but I am pleased that I did. So now I can have some lovely sunflowers in the house year round. We do have the sunflower farm up the top of the hill, but they are so beautiful, the real things they are, and they are quite a good representation. Even John says, oh, they make you smile when you look at them, so that makes me happy. Now, speaking of felt, I was having a bit of a tidy round in my little workspace here, and tucked in one of the bookshelves I found this rather ancient bag now. It was red, it's been there so long it's faded to white, and I can tell you when I put this little bag together, because Olivia was in a high chair sat behind me, and she's 12 in February, so that's how long this was sat on my side. And what they are, if I could get them out of the bag, are just little books that I've picked up for 12 Days of Christmas, and the little Nutcracker, and that is the story of the Nutcracker, and the Nutcracker colouring book. Now, colouring books are a brilliant design resource. And what I was planning on doing, and what I'd actually started in this sketchbook, was be inspired by some of the pictures. There's a pear, a funny little bird, a bell. And what I was planning on doing, I have a pack of wool viscose multicoloured felt, and I was going to make some little ornaments. What, I don't know. I hadn't got that far in my sketchbooks. I'd started, but in the colouring book and the storybook and the 12 Days of Christmas book are some shapes like pears and bells, and I was going to stitch some little ornaments that I could draw, stitch and make up. I will, I think, put them in the community pages down below, which is there for you to chat in, I think. I don't know how it works, but I have turned the community pages on where you can join in, make comments, etc, etc. So I was going to start making these little ornaments in some felt and stitch them up and see where I go, and keep it all together in the community pages. So if you'd like to see how I'm doing, or if you'd like to join in, let me know, and I will put some pieces that as I make them in the community pages, and we'll see how that works out. You can join in with me. I think I should get myself a new bag that isn't quite so faded and see where we go. Anyway, I'm just going to look at my notes a second. I think I've absolutely covered my notebook very well this morning. I'm going to go and make my fresh coffee and put all my bits away, and I may get that little sketchbook out again and see if I can just get some ideas down onto paper. Keep your eye open on the community pages. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and share if you wish. It's lovely to have you along with me, and if we can use the community pages, you can join in. I do believe that you should be able to post pictures yourselves in there, but perhaps that's something we can talk about in the community pages, and let me know how it works from your side of the screen. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay creative, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.